Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy, the Death Smasher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video. And today, I am back again with yet another Who Is Better video. And yo, it's been a while since I've last done one, so it's definitely is good to be back with this kind of series. And after this one, we're also going to be doing one with the Spirits Are Forever with you Shunsui, and compare him up against Daddy Ichigo, even though I know the answer is obvious, but we're still going to do it anyway for content purposes and because I love you guys. But anyways, we're going to be comparing the brand new Spirits Are Forever with you Jushiro with Spirit Society White Ichigo. Now, why compare these two units? Well, for starters, they're both speed characters. They both have Flurry with Guard Break, and one of them is melee and the other is ranged, and they both have different killers. So in other words, it's basically like comparing Tokinata with Grinja, despite having different killers. But anyways, I digress. I figure I may as well bring back this series by pretty much comparing these two characters right here, since they are the best Flurry characters that we have for speed. And with that being said, let's just get started with taking a look at what the characters have. So starting it off with White Ichigo, who came out back in March. Soul Reaper / Holo affiliated unit with the no affiliation killer, and has normal attack damage plus 20% on the actual soul trait. Now mine is 1 out of 5 with level 10 attack, so he's definitely going to be very good. T15 with full stamina damage boost for guild quests and whatnot. And taking a look at his actual kit, he has weakening on everything, but also has a debuff on his special, meaning that for no affiliation week, he's going to be a very goated NAD character if you decide to run him as an actual main. And since this character is a seasonal unit and not as limited compared to the Spirits Are Forever with you characters, odds are he is going to be a bit more common in the future. We have yet to see about that, but normally seasonal characters do come back a lot more often compared to limited characters. And he has an innate skill of fire immunity, has a bruiser of 50%, including the normal attack damage soul trait, which is basically 20%, 40% berserker, reduced strong attack cooldown of 12%, so he is going to be getting his strong attacks back, which is great since he actually plays similarly to the Canfer Emerald Tsukishima. The only difference is that he has a shotgun blast on his first strong attack, Flurry plus 1, debilitator plus 5 seconds, damage to weakened enemies plus 20%, sprinter plus 1, poise, and guard break. So either way, this melee unit has everything that a NAD character needs to have, with the exception of lacking long reach. And even then, he still has a very good kit to compensate for the lack of long reach. So either way, this is definitely an excellent character. And now let us go ahead and take a look at the Spirits Are Forever with you version of Jushiro, who has to be by far the best Jushiro in the game. Soul Reaper / Captain affiliated unit with the Holo Killer. Mine is 3 out of 5. But that's okay because we can just remove the actual Transcendent slots and pretty much put him on par with White Ichigo, and don't worry, I can actually get them back. Like, it's not a loss. The only thing I've lost is coins, and I can just sell my large jewels to get them back. But yeah, normal attack damage plus 20%, just like the White Ichigo. And in terms of overall skills, he does have a lot more stuff going for him as a ranged character. So for starters, he has Drain on all of his attacks, and he also has a boost with barriers. So he's basically the Masaki for speed, in other words. And he has Freeze immunity with Sprinter plus 1 on his innate skills, 60% bruiser, also keeping account the normal attack damage plus 20% soul trait. Also has a Berserker of 30%, full stamina damage boost from the T15 bonus ability, the increased speed attribute captain normal attack damage plus 20%, so he basically has an overall bruiser of 80%, Flurry plus 1, debilitator plus 2 seconds, enhancer, poise, multi-barrier, meaning that he is going to be giving out an additional 2 barriers to himself and to his allies, 3 barriers, and guard break. So yeah, this character is definitely very, very goated. And yeah, we're going to be doing 2 runs with both of these characters, and we're going to be doing an auto run and a manual run. Both runs will pretty much consist of having a Golden Chappie a Chappie, and a Zetapo since there are underground mobs in these types of inheritance zone, and the links are going to be full normal attack damage builds just to pretty much see how well both of the characters will perform for when it comes to both autoing and manual playing. And to also give the characters a nice boost, we're also going to slap in Fierce Battle Yoruichi, who is going to be buffing both of the characters, giving the units an additional 20% bruiser to both of the characters. Now, with that further said and done, let us go ahead and begin the runs. Well, those were the runs, and as you guys saw, for autoing, White Ichigo actually won and was a second ahead of Jushiro, while for manual playing, Jushiro just dominated White Ichigo by just being 3 seconds ahead of him. At the end of the day, both of these NAD characters are the best for speed, but now let's get onto some pros and cons for both of the units. Starting it off with Jushiro's pros, safer unit. This says it all. The fact that he's a ranged character, has drain on everything, and also comes with 5 shields along with a boost is nothing to scoff at. Even if there's content where enemies have Soul Reaper or Captain Killer, he is still going to auto and clear like the NAD god he is. Hits harder than White Ichigo. I don't need to say much, but 60% Bruiser plus Captain Berserker buff with the boost versus 50% Bruiser, I think it's clear who wins in terms of overall damage. Can maintain full stamina damage boost at all times. This is all due to the fact that he has Drain on everything. If you happen to have him T15, give him full stamina damage boost. Have the Cacao Society Tsukishima link, use it on him. Oh, you happen to lose the full stamina damage boost? Not an issue. He gets it back with his NAD, first, third, and special. There isn't that many pros that I can give to Jushiro, but these three alone are very strong ones regardless. So let's leave it at that and move on to the cons. He is limited. If you want more dupes of this character, you're gonna have to wait for when Spirit Star Forever With You Round 2 makes a return, which normally takes about, I want to say, a good 5 to 6 months later, making it hard to 5 out of 5 unless you literally have the move sources. Bad SA1. Hit or miss con, but the fact that he has a bad SA1 and is the only strong attack you're going to be using out of this character the most for when it comes to running him as a hybrid build, won't really give him that much use for when it comes to using his strong attacks, other than pretty much nuking with the actual special. And speaking of the special, weaker special. Also a bit of a hit or miss con. He technically doesn't need it since he can just, snipe down everything. But it would have been nice if his Soul Bomb had the likes of not being able to just drain the enemies, but also having a debuff. Having the debuff means being able to lower the enemies and bosses' defense by a good 80% and be able to do massive damage with your normal attacks, and this would be very amazing in content such as epic raids and guild quests where you can clear the runs a lot faster. But I digress. This is a hit or miss con, doesn't need to be taken seriously, and can be taken with a grain of salt. And that's all I gotta give in terms of cons to this character, but other than that, he is perfect. The best NAD unit to ever exist in the game. But now, let us move on to White Ichigo. So starting it off with his pros, faster auto unit. Let's be honest here, normally when it comes to autoing, melee units are always going to be faster than ranged units. They're not safer to auto, but can get the run done slightly faster since for the most part, they focus on getting close to the mobs, using the strong attacks to down the enemies and then basically kill them at a close distance, whereas ranged NAD units often use their strong attacks from the distance instead of doing the NAD string directly. Seasonal character. The fact that he's a seasonal unit literally means that in due time, he will become quite a common seasonal unit to pull, similar to the likes of the Machine Society Ruruka, Christmas Momo, Desert Society Rukia, Spirit Society Byakuya, and more, which end up coming back very often in premium and limited banners, making him a bit easier to get dupes of this character. Weakening plus debuff. Now, he may not hit as hard as Jushiro, but this character is still stupidly strong regardless, where you can use him as a main runner in no affiliation week and clear it without even having him 5 out of 5. All literally because he can inflict weakening on all of his attacks and has debuff on his special, allowing him to decrease all the enemy's defense by 80%. And the same thing can be applied in epic raids. He is just that much of a broken character. Overall, he's a very well-rounded character, but he doesn't come without his problems, so here are his cons. Lack of long reach. Don't get me wrong, the NAD string is very good, but it's nowhere near the likes of having insane reach like the Pantheon World Tsukishima, 1000 Year Blower Soifun, Weaken, or the Pantheon World Dordoni for that matter, and that's the only thing that lacks. That being said, even though he has the perfect kit that a melee NAD unit means, this can be treated as a hit or miss con, but I still felt like it was worth mentioning for the people that didn't know about it. Doesn't do as much damage compared to Jushiro. I don't think I need to explain this con, it's pretty much self-explanatory. 50% bruiser versus 80% bruiser. He's obviously not going to win against that. Needs killer for a hybrid build. Now, it's good that White Ichigo does have better strong attacks to the point that you can run him as a hybrid-esque type of character similar to Oetsu. If only it weren't for the fact that he has no affiliation killer. We only have a couple droplet zones and only one inheritance zone where we have no affiliation mods, so going for a hybrid build on this character is completely out of the question and is not recommended. Now, to conclude the comparison, both of these NAD characters can pretty much be used in different weeks of guild quests, and can both do relatively well, but for when it comes to PvE play as a whole, Jushiro is just that much better of a character. He may auto just a tad bit slow compared to White Ichigo, but he gets the job done without ever dying. And for manual play, he is just a beast, just as broken as Tokinada and Masaki altogether, and it's a character you want to have. Whether it's for GQ purposes, PvE play, he is a must-have. And the same thing can be said for White Ichigo. Now, he's not the safest character to use, but he is still a very fun and hard-hitting character despite having the no affiliation killer. You obviously don't want to use him to auto co-op content, but for single-player quests, just give him recharge or DR links with NAD as a hybrid type of setup, and he will get the job done just fine. And also make sure that he has the speed stick accessory, so that way you'll get the job done much faster. Long story short, for manual play and having a safer autoer, it goes to Jushiro. For faster autoing, even with the risk of possibly dying, White Ichigo. And that basically concludes the comparison between Jushiro and White Ichigo. Now, did you guys enjoy this video? If you guys did, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. I'm sorry if I have not pumped out any of these comparison videos as of recently, it's just that there weren't that many characters to pretty much compare with and just, you know, give a proper comparison. Plus, sometimes I may be lacking the characters, so it really just depends, basically. And even then, there is going to be another one. I plan to work on one that compares Spirits Are Forever with You Shunsui to Daddy Ichigo, because why not? I actually enjoy making these types of comparisons, and it is good for people to know that these types of characters can have pretty much multiple uses at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope you guys do look forward to that. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, live.